Hi, friends. Happy Thursday. Sorry, we're just a little bit late. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm also having difficulty in speaking. Hopefully you have grabbed your cup of coffee or your tea and you're ready to just join us for a little while for Coffee Talk. We're so thrilled to have a guest here in office with us today. This is Antonia Christianson. She is the owner of Antonia Christianson Events, which is a destination planning company. She goes all over, anywhere. Iceland. What other fun places have you done?
Well, Iceland only in the winter.
So smart.
And Mississippi only in the summer.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So we get to travel all over.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
She's also the co-owner of the Unbounded Life, which is a company that Missy, I'm going to call her Missy, guys. She is Antonia on her birth certificate, but
so formal.
I know, it's so formal. And I know her as Missy, so I call her Missy. Missy and I own the Unbounded Life together. And we're excited today to be talking about balance and what in the world does that look like in our lives as we wear many different hats. We also have some online guests with us today that we've invited to kind of chime in and share. They're from all different walks of life. We have, thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for joining. We have an event planner who's also a bride-to-be. We have a business owner who is a mother who also has a military spouse who's deployed. And so how do we wear we've got plenty more too, but how do we wear all of these hats and do it well, do life well, and not feel drained?
Yeah, and feel okay.
Yes.
That we're doing things right.
Yes.
So, y'all, I need to preface this whole conversation by saying that I'm the black sheep here. I don't have any balance in my life. I am one way or another, and so I'm
so
going to
she's
be
going
here
to
with you
learn.
learning.
Yes. And so what we would like for you guys today to do, if you wouldn't mind, is right here below in the comment window, share with us some of your struggles or some of the tips that you have, and we're going to this is dialogue today, y'all. We've got some tips, maybe not Kate as much, but Missy.
I'll make you feel better about your own life, though.
Right?
Sure.
Missy and I have a lot that we would like to share, but we also want to hear your tips and tricks or the things that you struggle with so that maybe we can help. Now, Missy, you were filling us in a little bit on some guidelines or parameters or things that help you with balance in your life. So tell us maybe how that came about and what that looks like.
Yeah, so after owning ACE for so long and owning the Unbounded Life with you, it's really, it became really important that I had very specific parameters to what time I gave to my ACE clients, what time I gave to my Unbounded Life clients, what time I gave to Emily as a business partner, and then also, first and foremost, my husband and my children. So I have really started setting boundaries that worked for my family first and foremost, and then my clients, so that everyone knows they are a priority to me. And some of them seem kind of funny, but they work for me. So I leave my studio every day at a specific time so I can get my kids off the bus. That's never wavering except for Fridays on rehearsal days. Or 3 days a week I don't work from 3 to 5. That doesn't mean if I have a bride calling for an emergency or something, I won't answer the phone. But that's my mom and homework time, and to hear about the kids and how their day went. And my family also knows that at least one night a week, depending on the kids' extracurricular activities, that's devoted to my clients. And if I have to work till midnight meeting with my clients, I will work till midnight meeting with my clients. But I need everyone to know that they're a priority. And so I just really had to set those boundaries.
Which is perfect because you can give the time. Everybody has a time. Everybody's going to feel loved by you, and you're going to feel more fulfilled.
Yes.
Because you're able to get it all done, but keep people a priority. And so those boundaries are huge in learning balance. Now, I just wanted to stop for a second and say hi to Jamie. We've got Jamie Lee with us, and Jamie's also an event planner and a mom.
A new mom.
So
Her baby is still quite young.
Yes.
And a wife.
So
a business owner.
You're learning the balance there. Hi, Kimberly Stern and Roger. Good morning, faithful friend. And
Love you, Roger.
Amanda Manupella is on with us today, and she's also a business owner and married to a military guy, so she carries a lot of the responsibilities a lot of the time. And she owns her own company. We've got Amelia on. Hi, Amelia. And Amelia is also a military spouse that has a ton of children.
A few.
Gaggle of children, and she has to learn balance and structure. So, hey, Blake is on with us.
Roberson, brand new daddy.
Oh, teething.
He just had his second.
And Jamie just says, I'm super tired. Teething is killing me.
Oh, Jamie Lee, we're so sorry. We've been there.
We all know.
Yeah.
Hi, Crystal and Carrie. Crystal's also a wedding planner who is a bride-to-be.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. So, y'all, we want to open dialogue here today on balance, maybe on the struggles, or if you've got it figured out, share with us.
Tell us your secrets.
Tell me, specific Kate Freeman. I need you to know X, Y, and Z.
Address Kate. And guys, if you're just now joining, we're talking about balance today, but you can see the first comment below is kind of talking about what we are going through today. And Missy on this end is our guest in office today, and we have some tips too that we would love to share. And just a little bit, maybe we can go through and share for us. Like, I am a wife, a husband. My husband is a priority. I have children. In the past few years, I've had very sick children who are very healthy now, but kind of trying to juggle their schedules. I'm sports mom. I'm the owner of 2 businesses that keep me busy. And so, like Missy was just sharing some of these boundaries and parameters that she has in place, I've had to learn how to do. And one of the big things that we're going to talk about, and we'll probably like reiterate at the end, is the power of the word no.
No, yeah.
No.
It's okay to say no.
I'm sorry. What is that word again?
Right?
It's spelled N-O.
Yeah. It's a beautiful word. Now let us know if anybody is on there. Hi, Jess. Balance is so difficult. Yes, ma'am, it is. But
And it looks different for
I'm
everyone.
with you, Jess. I'm with you.
It does. It
Balance
looks
looks so different for
It looks
everyone.
different. I've heard a speaker once say that imagine all of the roles in your life or the tasks that you have to do as boxes in front of you. And for some reason, in our heads, every box has to be equally filled for that kind of Webster's dictionary definition of what balance looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We're here today to tell you, and this is what this one speaker had shared, and we're going to even dive in more on kind of expounding on what she says, is that you get to define balance in your life. You get to decide which boxes are going to get the most of you and which ones might just get a little bit of you. And then that's what balance looks like for you.
Well, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ever changing?
Always.
Yes. So we
Okay.
talk
Always,
about
yeah.
seasons.
Seasons in your life.
Yeah, seasons in your life. And so, like I just mentioned, when my children were sick, my boxes kind of got moved around. So like maybe box 6 through 10 just got a shove to the right and or left if you're looking at the camera. Sorry, I don't know which way. And then, you know, my boxes 1 through 5 were priority. And that meant that maybe my husband and my children, those boxes got extremely filled. Let's say laundry and dishes were box 5. Guys, that stuff can stack up, and that was okay for me as long as it got done maybe once a week.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, I'm being real here.
As long as everybody has a spoon for their cereal in the morning.
And clean
good.
clothes. It got done once a week. That was fine if one thing, you know, let's say that done once a week filled up the box number 5 just once, but box 1 and 2, which were my husband and my children, like overflowed. That was balance in that season of my life, and that was okay, and I embraced that. And I think what we want to do today is share our terms of what balance is and how it's going to look different for you. But one thing we want you guys to hear is redefine it for yourself. Be empowered to boldly go forward in that new definition of what balance is in your life, and just embrace it. Embrace that balance. So, yes.
So, Amanda Manipella, hi girl.
Hi.
Thanks for
She
joining.
said she is also just trying to learn to say no more. She's trying to learn to be okay with saying, I'm so sorry. I don't have time for that. You know, can we do this another time? It's, you know, it's a hard thing to learn. She also said her aunt once said to her, you have to learn how to compartmentalize things. And this is an aunt who was just an amazing, balanced mom, business person. And so I think that goes along with what you're saying about having your boxes. It's compartmentalizing different things. And then Jamie Lee also said that childcare is super expensive, but also that's something that she really needs.
Right.
You know, she needs to relinquish that control over her baby a few days a week for her business.
Right.
You know?
And you have to, it's really important to prioritize, like, what, you know, in a day, in a season, what is the most important thing to get done today? I had one of the best bosses in corporate America, and I talk about her all the time, and I write blog posts about her. I just adore this woman, and she is very successful, as is her husband. And she used to say, you know, prioritize what needs to get done, and if it doesn't get done today, it's going to be there tomorrow, and that's okay as well. I think as business owners or people in business, or just all of these individuals that we get to meet that have such an amazing, strong work ethic, we do it to ourselves. We over promise, which is awesome. It's just we all want to work so hard, and we all want to give such amazing product to our clients. But it's okay if it's not done today and it gets done tomorrow morning first thing.
Now,
in the
see,
office.
that's my problem. That's where me, not in the front of my mind, but somewhere back there, I disagree, because I'm like, this is going to be here tomorrow. If I don't do it tonight, it's going to be here tomorrow. And so everything, my husband calls it my ducks. What are you doing? Your ducks? You're doing your ducks. My ducks all have to be in a row. And one of those suckers is always out there somewhere left field, and it drives me crazy.
You're right. It will be there tomorrow, and it can get done tomorrow as well. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to stay up till 2 o'clock, because if you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing work, it's probably not, it might not be your best work. You know, you need to rest, and then so when you're refreshed in the morning, it can be the first thing that you do in the morning.
That's great.
You know, you do, yes, it does need to get done, but it doesn't need to get done at 2 o'clock in the morning, because the other thing is, if your clients know that you're up emailing at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're going to think that every time you write to them at 2 o'clock, there's no boundary, and they can always, you know, you're always going to respond at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's the wrong message. You always want to have boundaries. Back to, was it Amanda that mentioned it's so hard to say no? This is something else that we want to point out to you. Understand that when someone asks you a question, I think sometimes we are filled with guilt that we have to say yes. Understand that for every yes you say, you are still saying no to something else. And so if you're in this moment and you're like, I feel guilty, I need to say yes, then know that you're saying no to that time with your children or your friends or your spouse or some other engagement that you were going to go and do, or activity that you were going to do. It's almost like you're saying a soft no to those things. And if you are someone that is operated or operates through guilt and feeling like you need to take it on, then your response should always be, I need to get back with you on that. Thank you for asking. I need to get back with you on that. And if the person asking says, well, no, we need to know now, then guess what, guys? The answer is no. If you can't respect that I need time to sit on it and think about it, then my answer is no. And that's going to be where I draw my hard and fast boundaries. Answering emails late at night, like you were saying, Missy, having that time with your children and then having special time carved out. And what I love about your special time carved out is it doesn't fluctuate every day. You have a weekly schedule. And when it's time to close the email or the computer or end the conversation, it's because you're going to spend time with your children. And so you don't feel at the end of the day that anybody got the short end of the stick. You work hard for your clients in that time frame. Then you work hard to love on, invest in your children and your husband in that time frame. And so that kind of, you know, if it's not done at 10 o'clock and it's going to be there tomorrow, that's the first thing that gets done. It gets moved up and it's going to be done in that time frame. And so I feel like that might help people learn how to, especially business owners, clock in and clock out.
Which is really hard when your name is on the company, as you know, it's really hard to do and to learn.
Do we have, so Jamie Lee said that the next hardest thing for her to think about is time for herself.
Oh my gosh.
time
Yeah.
to feed her own soul.
Yes.
I feel like that might even be a topic for a whole
Yeah,
other day, because that is a whole other topic
I do that
in
Monday
and of
nights.
itself. I mean,
So you have Monday nights.
On Monday nights. Yeah.
That's for you.
Well,
And
it's
this-
not really for me, but it's something I do for myself. Yeah.
right.
I teach
And-
dance every Monday night.
And that's what I say, Jamie, for you, like every time you may do the obligatory, yes, I'll do that, you're saying no to time for you. And
So
so
a 30-minute just bath by yourself.
just bath, or
and a glass of wine.
read a book, or
Yeah.
just have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
the last time I read a book.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God,
You're,
loves that.
What was that?
you're saying no to that moment. And here's the thing, guys, with the boxes that we talked about. You know how, like I said, when my children were sick, I scooched 6 through 10 box kind of down the way, and like my volunteering and other things that were less priority kind of got scooched. It doesn't mean that they can never be filled again. It means that this is not the season for them. Or if it is, let's say when our weddings kind of slowed down in the fall,
Yeah.
then I could go volunteer for something. And so it wasn't that it was even out for the year. It was just that one of these boxes had to be filled less in order for that item to get moved over to box 7 or 8. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It certainly does.
Why?
Emily said wine. I mean, there's always time for wine.
Well,
Yes.
So Stephanie Greaves is someone that just commented, and so Steph's Emily and I were talking about earlier. Her situation is so different. So Stephanie's not a wedding professional. She is an awesome business owner. She owns a dance studio with nearly 300 students, but her schedule,
My gosh.
I know, but her schedule is so different than ours because she does have stuff for running a business during the day.
That's immediate.
Which
That
is-
they are there right now in this moment. It's not 3 months down the road.
Exactly, it's like
right
right now. But then when her kiddos are home and her husband's home, she's teaching dance at night. You know, it's kind of the opposite schedule. So she really has to prioritize, you know, the few nights a week she has off, or the few weekends that she's not at competitions or at recitals or
And
whatever.
what she's saying here is that she feels awful when her family feels like you're choosing your
being
business
pulled.
over
Right.
us. So she's really being pulled in a lot
Yeah.
of different directions.
And it's hard because a lot of parents work traditional during the day, and so she works, I would say, traditional hours or the same amount of hours, but it's just at night when we're during the day or whatever. Yeah.
So you have
that is so hard.
It's
I mean,
so
me
hard.
coming from, you know, a cosmetic background, working weekends, holidays, Black Friday, some evenings, some mornings.
Yeah.
That's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And even, you know, in the service industry, in the hospitality
Yes,
industry
yeah.
is huge.
I love what Amelia Gray just said, that we all need to be on guard not to compare our journeys. My journey looks different daily. I love how you
Yeah.
added daily.
Yeah.
And some days
Hourly.
some days I have more to give than others, and I think that's so wise to know what you can do daily. Know your restraints. Know what you can give, and then that's another great place to learn the word no for the people that ask on those days that you're super exhausted. And
Amanda adding to that
Mhm.
says she's had to learn to give herself grace.
yes,
Oh,
grace.
yes.
I mean, why am I not giving myself the same grace I would give, you know, Emily or Missy
Right.
or Jamie Lee or Amelia or Amanda,
or
any of
Crystal,
you?
yeah.
Right.
I mean, really, I would give you that grace and say, who cares?
Right.
You know, spend time
So
with your
give
family,
yourself
spend
grace.
time with your kids. Do that tomorrow. But here I am in my own life saying, no, I have to do this now.
Right. And Amanda, I was going to quickly say, like, my husband went through a period where he was working a ton, and it was my season, and I'm probably going to offend any tree hugger here. I apologize. In advance. Sorry, friends. It was my season for a lot of paper products. And that was how I gave myself grace, because I knew the dishes were going to add up. I didn't have any type of help. And I mean, my husband's wonderful and he's helpful, but he was super busy.
Yeah.
So it was my
Well, and
season.
again, he only has so much he can give after
Yeah.
this workday.
So I
Or
learned where to give grace and where to go, okay, it's okay in this season to buy paper products and to have my children use that, because then I can throw it away and I've saved time. And so learn what grace and what tricks you can use in your life that gives you a little more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say?
We were talking about earlier this week about how we live in Virginia and there can be 4 seasons in a day.
Right.
And I just feel
Yes.
You know, it could be like snowing this morning and 90 degrees this afternoon, and I just feel like it like just goes with what Amelia said.
Yes.
You know, I mean, our days are different every day, and it's just like, you know, Virginia, it's literally our seasons are changing every day. I mean, my kids are in shorts today and sweatshirts and heavy jackets yesterday.
So,
I mean,
literally, I mean,
yeah.
You guys.
So Amanda said she just bought her first Lunchable.
Yep, that's a great trick.
That is me with school lunch. You can just eat lunch at school.
Here's some money.
Lunch. Eat that cupcake.
That is so great. Guys, I hate that we're gonna have to cut this short. We're at our 20-minute mark, and honestly, if you guys would love for us to do kind of a to be continued
Yeah, we'd love to.
on hearing what you guys have to say, because Crystal, I know that you're on, and you know what? Let's take a few seconds, if you can, Crystal. How is it running your own business, kind of taking care of life, taking care of family, and being a bride to be? How is that? Yes,
Oh,
we need.
Crystal.
So Crystal says,
Yes,
I keep telling Stephen we need a cleaning lady during wedding season,
Yes.
but only because I don't want to spend the little free time I have cleaning, and that is so smart, so smart. Sarah Street just said, working 2 jobs, one of those is running my own business, can really put a damper on balance. Although knowing how busy I will be allows me to structure my day and be more efficient with my time. It actually works better for me than if I have too much time on my hands, which we totally agree with. I think some of the big takeaways today are learning those boundaries and parameters and setting that type of schedule and holding fast to it.
Yeah.
Learning how to say no and the freedom of no. And if you are someone that can't say no in the moment, your phrase is, thank you so much for asking. I need to get back with you on that.
And you can call Emily or not Kate, because she won't let me. She's still
Just
learning.
say yes.
Just say yes. But Emma or I will help you learn to say no. Because I call Emily all the time, and she'll say, just say, do not add something else to that plate.
You know, it's take something off the plate, or before you add anything else, take something off of your plate. And I think for me, like going through the journey of my family in the last few years, I really learned, my kids being sick, I really learned that it's not worth it. It is not worth adding something to your plate when your plate is already full. And so learning that something either has to get taken off, something has to be completed before another thing gets added. Thank you for the love, guys. You guys, let's see here. I want to look real quick to make sure.
Hi, Mandy.
New mom life, guys. I think that we really do. What do you think? To do a to be continued?
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
I want to hear from. There are moms that are running daily schedules or homeschooling, or we have business professionals who are also moms
And also brides.
and also brides. And learning.
And also military spouses.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all, that's the hardest job I've ever had, is being a Navy wife.
Yeah,
I
can imagine.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I think that this is such an important topic for anyone, anywhere, no matter what you do. If you are a bride, if you are a business owner, if you are trying to hold down the fort in your life, that this is a topic that is just pertinent.
So pertinent.
So pertinent. Do you have anything to add before?
Yeah, so Emily and I at the Unbounded Life are actually speaking about balance and really going more in depth this Saturday at 11 at the 9th Annual Ultimate Women Show. And we would love to see you guys there and have some of our friends in the audience. The show actually runs from 10 to 4:30, and the first 250 guests get goodie bags. But Em and I will be on the main stage at 11.
At 11, and talking about balance again, and kind of the things that we've figured out in our lives, and the freedom that those things bring.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for joining Ion Events this morning so that we could talk about balance. Thank you, friends, for chiming in and filling us in on your struggles, or even the things that, like buying Lunchables, your tips.
Yeah.
Giving
We
yourself,
love it.
yes, grace and freedom. Thank you, Missy.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Also, Antonia Christianson.
Yeah, that's right.
You can find her on social media as Antonia Christianson Events. And you can follow us on social media. We're Emily Weddings everywhere. And then, of course, we meet every Thursday morning at 10:40 for Ion Events. Today, we really feel like balance, while it maybe doesn't just strictly pertain to events and planning. It's something that everybody can relate to, and so we feel like it's a necessary thing to discuss. But typically, Eye on Events is where you keep your eye on us. We'll keep our eye on events, and then we'll keep you in the know with the latest and greatest and tips, tricks, and trends for planning, throwing a party, hosting an event. We hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and thanks again for having coffee or tea with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Look forward to spending our Thursday mornings with you, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Thanks, guys.